Hello and welcome to Rep Sports. I'm Gargi Raut. I'm here in Delhi and we are building up to the India versus West Indies second test match and the final of the series. It has been a tough return to red ball cricket for the West Indies. After being blown away inside 3 days in Ahmedabad, the captain Rostin Chase and his men are now in Delhi in my home, hoping at the very least that they at least make India work a little harder for the victory this time around. Because, if we go back to the first test, if we look back on it, if it was anything to go by, this contest was not between equal. It was between a team that is in transition, that is struggling, and another that is also in transition, but also running at full speed on home soil. They know the conditions. A lot of players in the team have played on this at the Arun Jaitley Stadium for a very long time in their careers. But if we look back on the first test, India dominated every session at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Shubman Gill's side, absolutely ruthless, wrapping up the match in just 2.5 days, an innings and 140-run win. That's a huge margin to start their new home season. The West Indies never really quite showed up. There was never any real fight. Their batters looked very tentative against both pace and spin. Their bowlers struggled to contain India's middle order, and by the time Ravindra Jadeja finished his masterpiece, a century followed by a four-wicket haul, the visitors, were staring at a defeat from every single angle. India did not even need to stretch the game. They declared early on day three, ensuring that the total control was not fatigued or diluted. It was professional. It was precise, completely one-sided, and dominating. Now the Ahmedabad pitch was, with its thin layer of grass, there was early moisture as well, offered India seamers plenty on the first morning. Four wickets fell before lunch, and by day two, those same footmarks became a playground for Jadeja and Washington Sundar to come in and turn the ball viciously. And the West Indies batter simply had no answers at all. Alec Athanazi showed glimpses of fight. He played spin confidently, he picked up the length, he was even reverse sweeping his way into the 30s, but he was the only, let's say, bright spot or positive point in the batting lineup that collapsed twice in 2 days. Mohammad Siraj, of course, was also one of the bowlers who has been doing really well in Test cricket. He chipped in with another memorable 5-4, his first in a home Test, and it felt like everyone in this Indian side had something to celebrate about. For the West Indies, though, it was back to the drawing board once again. And let's not forget what this Indian team represents right now. Because even without veterans like Kohli, without Ashwin, and Pujara stepping away, no Rohit Sharma, the transition has been seamless. Shubman Gill has led with very calm authority. His philosophy has been giving players security, giving players clarity on their role in the team. Jadeja continues to be the heartbeat of this team, and he also gave us all a performance that reminded everyone why he's among the best all rounders in world cricket. So it's, if you look at it, it's poetic really. When India's home record began back in 2013, Jadeja was there. When it ended last year, he was there too. And now, as a new era begins with a new captain, he's once again leading the charge, ensuring that India remains nearly untouchable at home. Now I know we're all looking back on the New Zealand series, but call it an aberration if you want. Now, as we look ahead to the second test and the final test in Delhi, conditions are expected to be very different. The pitch is being prepared with black soil, meaning batters might finally have a chance to dig in early on, but as the surface wears, the spinners will once again come into play. Now, I know that with the black soil coming in onto this pitch, it might seem like it may turn into a very batting friendly pitch, but that's not the case. It's not as if overnight or after a few days of its preparation with black soil, the Arun Jaitley Stadium or the Arun Jaitley Stadium pitch will suddenly turn into something like an Eden Gardens pitch. That's not going to happen. And that's bad news for West Indies, because if the ball starts to grip and turn in Delhi like it did back in Ahmedabad, it will be once again a repeat of the first test. Weather is going to play a small role too. Now, in the past couple of days, and a few days before that as well, there's been heavy rainfall in Delhi. And because of that, the mornings have been much cooler, the evenings have been cooler, and there has been rain as well. And if we go by the weather on AccuWeather, from the 10th, that is Thursday, only we're only a day away from the match starting. So the days are going to be quite cooler than normal. So Delhi has now started its cool mornings and cool evenings. So, let's be honest, India's biggest challenge might just be that they have to keep up their intensity against an opponent who is still searching for a lot of direction. So as the series has moved north, one thing is clear: India looks absolutely unstoppable at home, while the West Indies are still rebuilding, they are still learning and still trying to rediscover what Test cricket success feels like. For now, the gulf between these two teams is massive, and unless something dramatic changes in Delhi, this might end as one of India's easiest home series wins in years. We'll be back very, very soon. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned. We've got lots coming on our platform.